All right, ladies and gentlemen, joining me on the line, he is the lead singer for Killer Queen. He plays the part of Freddie Mercury. Ladies and gentlemen, Patrick Myers is on the line. Hey, man, how you doing today?
Hey, really good, really good.
Hey, I got to ask, it's hard enough to be in a band in general. How hard is it to try and reenact such a legend like Freddie Mercury?
It's a daunting task, is probably the best way of putting it. He was a one-off, which is crazy. You go, he's a one-off, so what are you doing being a tribute to him, you know? How do you do a one-off? You can't be a two-off. So I know. That is the sort of imponderable. But essentially, you just jump in, you know. You take the skills that you've got. I trained in acting. I also had a rock and roll background, and I've trained my voice with a mixture of classical and pop styles. And also studied movement. And I just love Freddie Mercury. That's the main thing. That's the key ingredient. You know, you can say all these little qualifications you can put as feathers in your cap, but essentially, you got to love what you do. And I do. I love his whole style, and it's not just me. I don't think I'm alone in that. I think the rest of the world kind of quite likes Freddie Mercury too. There was something universally appealing about him. He was a beautiful man, fantastic performer.
Let me ask you this. I think what always comes down to the best impersonations, and I don't know for what you do if that's the best term for it, but it's always about the little things. What's the little thing about Freddie Mercury that when you add it in, that's what puts it over the top?
What, in the secret sauce, the secret little spice for the sauce? There's lots of little things. There's a whole sort of thing. I think the difference, without sounding too highfalutin about the whole thing, there's a difference. I think the best thing to do is not to try and do an impression. The best thing to do is see what he does and then just dig a little bit deeper and sort of look at his performance style. And if you do that, you can see that he's got things that he does and repeats and this, that, and the other, but the way he employs them each time is different.
Yeah.
So essentially, he's taking like a toolbox of things and then throwing them in the air and then letting them fall as they will and following his musical impulses. He follows the beating passion of each song, and that combined with the relationship of the audience, and that creates a slightly different dynamic performance every night, and that's what makes you want to look at it. It's not choreographed. It's fresh and it's different each night. Certain bits might edit together well because there's certain signature things he does. There's a certain strut he does. There's a certain way he holds his neck when he sings. There are certain things you've got to observe and you've got to take on board and you've got to recreate. But it's how you choose them, the impulse behind choosing them, that makes a difference between just doing an impression and doing something that people can buy into as a living, breathing performance.
Let me ask you this, and this kind of goes into, you might laugh, but into the world of professional wrestling, where with kayfabe it's called...
Let's go into the world of professional wrestling together. Come on.
Where your character is kind of all the time. Like you look at a guy like The Undertaker who took his character all over the place and never broke kayfabe. For you, when does it start being Freddie Mercury? Is it when you walk in the building? Is it in the morning? Is it all the time?
No. It's not all the time. No, it's. I mean, I never even think about me being Freddie Mercury. I just think about, because I trained as an actor. So, an actor doesn't say, "Good morning, Mr. Actor. I am King Lear." Or whatever. You don't think that way. You take what you've got and the skills and the tools that you've got, and you input them on stage, and you let the audience meet you with what you're doing, and it's the audience that decide, whether you're cutting the mustard or not. So I never even think like that, even when I'm on stage. What I'm doing is I'm trying to sort of listen to the music in a way that I imagine. I could have got this, wrong. This is just my impression, but the way I imagine Freddie would have listened to the music and responded to the music, and used those to give me a springboard to improvise a performance that's using the same techniques that Freddie used. Because you're not trying to be Freddie, but what you're trying to do is you're sort of trying to operate from the same set of impulses and the same inspiration. And that inspiration is those incredibly bloody brilliant songs. And so it's not like you're having to go out there and go, I wonder how I can possibly do this. You've got the most brilliant source material to bounce off and respond to, which is those songs, which is all the songs written by Brian, Roger, Freddie, and John. They all wrote. They're one of the only bands, I think, that they all wrote their hits. they all came up with, multi-million seller songs that the whole world has taken on board. They're fantastic writers. I think it's easy just to focus in on Freddie because there's so much to focus in on.
Yeah.
He's so good. But what's lying behind those great performances are those great songs, which come from the great band, which is Queen. It's very much a combined effort, and it's the same when we're on stage. I'm bouncing off these songs, and I'm also bouncing off the performances of the other guys on stage. Simon on guitar, doing his chops, and John, flooding the kit with a sort of huge thunderous sound. It's a joy to do. It's good fun. It's like a playground for me, and a sand pit.
Patrick Myers from Killer Queen on the line with me. They'll be at the Horizon Events Center on October 2nd. What's your favorite Freddie moment? Like, because I know it's like having a kid. You can't say a certain part of the show is your favorite, but I kind of feel like everybody does have a favorite. Do you?
I don't. There's just a moment when you connect with an audience and you make you make them laugh, or you make them, and you can feel the whole thing is gelled,
Yeah.
And that moment, and then it's fun because it's like you've got it's an agreement between you, the audience, of this huge big thing, and you all together. There's an agreement that you've all reached together that let's just have the best time of our lives tonight, and that for me is, and that can happen any point in the show. Sometimes you walk on stage and within the first second you can feel that there's an electricity and it's charged, and you think, well, we've got the whole show to have fun with now. Other times, you'll meet them, halfway through the bridge or the second song or something like that. It just depends, So for me, it's that meeting. But having said that, there's the moment when you play the opening riff to Bohemian Rhapsody on the piano and the audience just swoon, and scream, and it's just nice to be able to deliver that for people. It's just good fun. It's so nice. If your job is essentially to walk into a room and make 8,000 people happy, and they walk away really, really, really happy, you think, well, that's a lovely job.
Yeah, no, that's
nice thing to have.
There you go. Patrick Myers from Killer Queen on the line with me right now. They'll be at the Horizon Events Center October 2nd. We got the details at the website. Patrick, thank you so much, and good luck with it. This seems like just one of those really cool things that is awesome. That's the best way to say it.
It is a really cool thing that's awesome. I think that when I wake up in the morning.
I got to be the closest thing to Freddie Mercury that's still around.
Well, I don't think that. No, I just think what I do is what the chances I have to have fun with an audience on a nightly basis is just great fun. It's just fantastic. It's been such a gift,
There you go. Can't wait for the show. Patrick, thank you so much, man.
Hey, pleasure.